Good morning, and welcome to my podcast. In this podcast, I will be sharing stories of strength, survival, and healing. My name is Ella, and I am a domestic violence survivor. I dedicate this podcast to empower all women and men all around the world who have experienced some type of domestic violence. Whether you are an ally or survivor, you are in the right place. So in today's podcast, I will be speaking about healing. Healing of trauma and why it's so important to heal. And what are some of the steps to heal from your trauma? I am a domestic violence survivor, and I am still healing after over 20-something years. Sometimes you don't realize the scars that are left behind, the internal scars. Even though the physical scars are gone, we suffer from the internal scars, but we have to recognize it. We have to recognize it, and we have to accept that we do have scars that are left over internally. I didn't realize it until my husband took to my attention of some of my behaviors that I exhibit to him, that I still need help. I still need to focus on myself and heal myself because of the traumas that I went through so many years ago. And even though I'm working on it in different ways, I still need to work on myself more, because it's important that you recognize your shortcomings and correct it. When I spoke to my therapist the other day and I explained to her about how my husband felt, she said to me, there's no therapy, a human being, a one-on-one, that can actually help you if you don't help yourself. We can talk all day. They can get paid. We can show up. But we have to work on ourself, our inner self. We have to acknowledge our traumas, and we have to work on it. One of the things that she told me that I can do is meditate. Meditate and allow myself to heal through meditation, through a deeper inner experience with my body, with me, acknowledging that I still carry on trauma and pain, and I need to just tap into my inner being. One of the things that she said that I can do is just continue to tell myself, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Because dealing with trauma, it takes years to heal from. And sometimes we don't totally heal from the trauma, but we learn to live with it and just kind of cope with it. Making sure that we are living I wouldn't say happy life, but a peaceful life. Because happiness is temporarily. That's why I never say that I'm happy, but I say that I'm peaceful. Because peace is an inner being. If you are peaceful with yourself, is more than happiness. Because happiness is temporarily. You're happy today, and then when something happens, that happiness goes away. So I always try to be peaceful within myself. Traumatic experience, guys, can leave long lasting emotional scars. Healing from trauma often involve acknowledging the experience, practicing self-compassion. Be compassionate with yourself, you know? And if you need to just talk to somebody, talk to a professional. But there's no professional that can actually help you if you don't help yourself. So we waste a lot of money talking to someone, and it's always good to talk. Don't get me wrong, but you have to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. I've been speaking or talking to a therapist for years. And then I kind of slowed down because I feel like I'm good. I'm healing. Well, I am. But there's still some emotional traumas that is haunting my life on a daily basis. And I gave you guys an example of, I think I kind of have anger issues, right? And it comes out in different ways due to the trauma. And one of the experience that I had was I made a cup of coffee, right? And you got to understand what's normal and what's not normal, okay? If something doesn't seem like it's normal, more than likely it's not normal. I was making a cup of coffee. I made the coffee. I put it in the freezer. When I was going to get it, I opened up the freezer, and the coffee had spilled. Thanks for the gifts. And the coffee had spilled. When I tell you, I was in from 1 to 10 rage with myself, with nobody else. My husband wasn't there. It was just me, the coffee, and the incident that happened. Thank you for sharing. I was in such a rage, cussing at the incident that happened. Good morning. Good morning to you. Digital coach Tony, appreciate you for joining me on today. And I was such in a rage. I was cussing and cussing. Oh my God, mother bump, which I can't say on, social media, but I was such in a rage. This is a trauma that I experienced, and it was nothing that I can do except be calm and talk to myself. Because sometimes you got to talk to yourself. You might think that is crazy, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. And so I talked to myself to calm myself down. I said, Ella, it's just coffee. Relax, relax, relax. It's just coffee. Go into the freezer, take the stuff out, clean it up, get yourself another coffee, and have a good day. And once I calmed myself down, then I realized I was overreacting. And when I say overreacting, I was overreacting for one little thing. And so sometimes we don't realize that the behavior that we exhibit is from our traumas, because it's not normal to get so freaked out about a cup of coffee that spilled, right? But because the trauma that I experienced, it shows up in different ways. It shows up in different ways, and it's good when you realize that you have a problem, because if you never accept your problem, then you can't fix it, right? And a lot of times we bury our emotions. Thank you for the gifts. We bury our emotions and we bury our trauma for years, and we don't take attention to it because we're able to function in society. We're able to go to work. We're able to, do the necessary things. If we have kids, take care of our kids. We're able to pay our bills. So we don't think that nothing is wrong with us. But if you are experiencing any type of abnormal behavior, you should question it, because you deserve to live a peaceful life. And I don't want to say happy life, but a peaceful life. And that comes from within. To live peaceful from within. Not being angry all the time. Where you have to find out, where does that anger come from? If you're always angry, if you just seems like you never have a peaceful moment, you have to try to find out, where does that anger come from? Because it's not normal to be angry, to be upset all the time, to be annoyed all the time, to be triggered by certain things all the time. You understand what I'm saying? And so you have to tap into and find out what is going on with you. A lot of times we just overlook it and try to push it down and bury it, and think that, oh, it's really nothing. But it's really something under the surface. And sometimes we have to dig deep. We have to dig deep, and we have to dig that up. No matter how painful it is, we have to dig it up. Because if you don't dig it up and deal with your past, you would never have a future, a peaceful future. So sometimes we don't want to face the facts of what is going on because we're away from it. But it's something going on if you have abnormal behaviors. And one thing about me is I don't care about what people say. I am going to try to live the most peaceful life that I can. And if that means me digging up my past to be able to heal me, then that's what I'm going to do. If it means me talking to someone so that I can live a peaceful life, then that's what's going to happen. Accepting the fact that you do have a problem. Once you realize that you have a problem and you accept that you have a problem, then that's your first step to recovery. An addict can never recover if he or she doesn't realize that there is an alcoholic or addict. As long as they are in denial, they would never be able to heal, because you're in denial. You keep telling yourself that, oh, it's only one drink, or oh, only I drink on the weekend. But if you're doing it constantly, it's a problem. If it's starting to interfere with your everyday life, it's a problem. And we don't realize that sometimes things are problems because we don't pay attention and we don't look at it. We don't accept it. And a lot of us are in denial. A lot of us had trauma in our lives and we wanted to stay buried. But it's showing up in our everyday life. A lot of us is walking around depressed. A lot of us is walking around angry. A lot of us is walking around just can't find peace in our lives, and we don't know why. It's because we never dealt with the trauma that actually caused what's going on with us right now. You have to dig up the surface. You understand what I'm saying? You have to dig it up. You have to face it. And you have to deal with it. And you have to remember it. Nobody says stay in it. But you have to come to the realization that this trauma, whatever it is causing you to behave the way you behave today. Now, nobody is perfect. I'm not talking about the perfect Patties out there. But I'm talking about for you to be able to live a peaceful life. You should not wake up every day upset, angry, annoyed, agitated. Everything should not agitate you. And if it's something that's agitating you and upsetting you, then you need to find out why that is happening. It's just like you dealing with someone that you dating or you're going out with, right? And once that relationship runs its course, everything that that person do is going to annoy you. Why? Why is everything annoying you? It could be the way they chewing. It could be the way they looking at you. It could be anything. They say something and you don't even like the sound of their voice. And you know why? It's for a reason. It's not just happening. You're not getting agitated for no reason. You're not getting agitated for no reason. You're getting agitated and annoyed because that relationship has run its course and you want to get out of it and you don't know how to get out of it. So naturally, your body is going to start reacting. It's going to start reacting. You're just going to get annoyed if he or she look at you. If he sits at the table or she sits at the table and just say one word to you, it's going to seem so annoying. There's a reason for everything. And sometimes we don't figure out that reason, so we suffer. We suffer. For someone that you once loved to be so irritated with, all of a sudden, there's a reason why. You need to leave that relationship. That's the reason. It had run its course. For whatever reason, something happened within that relationship and it has run its course and it's time to exit. That's why you are getting annoyed. Your body is like a car. It's going to tell you when something is wrong. That engine light comes on. Rather it's the oil, it could be the brakes, it could be your seatbelt. That is an indicator for a reason. Something is going on. Listen, our body is the same way. Our brain, our sensors, our nerves, it's the same way like a vehicle. It's going to let you know when something is going on. And a lot of times we don't take attention to our psychic, to our brain that's telling us that something is wrong. If you have pain in your knee all the time and eventually you can't walk, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the doctor and you're going to tell the doctor, listen, my knee been killing me. I think I need to see what's going on. Right? If you keep having nosebleeds, you're going to go to the doctor. And you're going to tell your doctor, listen, I keep having nosebleeds. I don't know what's going on. So that you can find out. If you have a fever for more than 2 days, there's something that your body is trying to fight against. So you're going to go to see what's going on. It might be an infection. It might be an illness that your body is not recovering from because it needs antibiotics. So you're going to go to the doctor and you're going to check it out. Why don't we take attention to our psychic? Because we don't want to seem like nothing is wrong with us? Because we don't want to seem like we're crazy? You're crazy for not taking attention to it and living in the misery every day. Because things that you're doing is not normal and you're not taking attention to it. Because you don't want to feel abnormal? Because you don't want people to think that you're abnormal? Is that the reason why? We have to learn to stop worrying about what other people think about us. Because what other people eat don't make us shit. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to live your life and they're going to live their lives. And you're the one that's sitting there in misery every day because you're thinking and worrying about what someone else is going to say. And that's the reason why I could come up here every day and give my story and not give a hoot about who cares about what I say. You could take it or you can leave it. Do you understand what I'm saying? People are going to talk about you no matter what. They're going to talk about you if you're doing good. They're going to talk about you if you're doing bad. So why not help yourself so that you can live the best life that you can live for yourself and your family? And in the process of it, helping another human being. Why not? Give your life experience. Tell your story. You'll be surprised how many people connect with you. You'll be surprised how many people can actually help you because you decided to help yourself. Within this process of me doing these podcasts, right? I am helping so many people get out of their comfort zone, understand that they have a problem, understand that they are in a domestic violent relationship, understanding that they deserve better, and moving forward. And in return, they're helping me. They're helping me heal. Each one teach one. And stop worrying about what somebody else says. The most people that run their mouth about things is your family. Why is she up here doing this? Why is he up here doing that? Why is he telling his story? Why is she spreading her business? Apparently, because I want to. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't want to. You stay in your misery and hold your secrets and be depressed and never get out your situation. You do that. I choose not to do that. I choose to come up here like a whole human being, right? And tell my story so that I can heal and I can help others heal. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saving lives over here just by doing these podcasts. I get so many DMs that I can't even read them. People telling me, thank you for your message today. This was an eye-opener for me. I realized that I need to start taking care of myself. I realized that I have a problem. And I am honored to be able to help, even if it's just one person. I am honored because I didn't get that help when I needed it. They didn't have social media back in my days when I was going through whatever I was going through. So I had to figure it out on my own. You're getting free game here. You're getting free information here. And a lot of people will look at it and they will still live in their misery. Because it's all about up here. If you change the way you think, you change your life. That's all you have to do. I started off by just putting out a positive message every single day. Every day, there has to be something positive that you can think of every day. One of them is, guess what? You alive. You woke up. That's a positive statement right there. I'm grateful because I woke up another day. And you know what you can end your day with? I am grateful that I got home safe and my family's okay. Showing gratitude in the morning and showing gratitude at night will change your life. Just showing a little bit of gratitude every day. And that's why people live in their misery, because they can't show gratitude. They can't show gratitude. Some people are not happy no matter what. You could give them the moon and the stars. You could give them the world. But it's an inner experience that you experience that you're never happy. You cannot please someone that's never happy and that have a more deeper issues, no matter what you do for them. You can't make them happy because they have to find peace within themselves. And it's the trauma that they dealt with that they still is dealing with, and they're not bringing it to the surface to deal with it. I'm glad that my husband told me, listen, you need to talk to somebody. Even though you're doing what you're doing and you're doing great, but there's bigger issues here. Because now your traumas are showing out in your behaviors. And I didn't realize it. I just knew that I was thinking to myself, I was protecting myself by any cause. If someone come at me, I'm ready to fight. I would let nobody tell me what to do. I would not never let nobody control me, and I would never let nobody put their hands on me and disrespect me. Never, ever again. But I have to realize that everybody is not attacking me. I'm attacking myself. I'm attacking myself by not allowing myself to heal. You understand what I'm saying? I am attacking myself by not allowing myself to heal properly. Meditation is a good thing, how you can heal yourself. Just find a quiet space in your house. Give yourself at least about 10 or 15 minutes a day to just meditate. Get yourself a nice diffuser where it's giving a nice aroma, right? Like lavender or white linen, and put that in, right? And just sit there for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and just be still. That's it. Just be still for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't you think you deserve that? Think about good things. Try to do that every day. And watch how peaceful your life becomes. Watch how those triggers or those traumas suddenly kind of fades away, because you're taking care of your inner being and you're taking care of your psychic. You understand what I'm saying? Just try it, guys. This is what I was told, because I'm a type of person, I'm always on the go. I work, then I go lift weights, go in the gym, I work out. I'm always, moving around. You got to take some peaceful time for yourself to just relax your brain, to just relax your body. Yoga is a great thing to do to relax. Whenever I do yoga, I feel like a new person. Thank you, Francisco, for coming in. I appreciate you. It's wonderful to be able to just be still with yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you have to deal with the traumas, guys. Make sure, in addition, you are engaging with self-care. Whatever makes you happy, do it. If reading makes you happy, pick up a book every day and read a couple of pages from it. That's your peaceful moment in your life. If you like to crochet or you like to knit, grab that needle, grab that yarn, and start knitting or start crocheting. You have to find peace in your life. You have to find peace in your life and engage in building a social support. People that are not coming to you with drama. You have enough drama that you're trying to deal with, so you don't need more. And I'm not saying that you don't listen to people's problems, because you actually help people when you're listening to their problems. If you can help someone, help them. But don't let it become a cancer for you, where if somebody's problem is making you sick, then you need to let them go. If every time someone talks to you about their problems and it's making you feel sick, then you need to say, you know what? I'm not going to pick up this phone right now, because I already know it's going to be drama. I'm not going to talk to this person because I already know it's going to be drama. The more you put negativity in your world, the worse you're going to feel. And then you can't even deal with your own problems, because you're constantly trying to navigate through other people's problems. And it's okay to say not today. Stop trying to save the world It's okay to say, not today. I will not listen to his or her problems today. Not today. They're going to have to call somebody else, because not today. I want peace in this moment today. And sometimes you just have to say that. And it's not being selfish, but it's thinking about yourself and trying to heal yourself to make you become the best version that you can be for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to be selfish. Learning how to identify your and manage your triggers, because there's always triggers. People will trigger you to get a reaction. Be mindful of your triggers. It's so critical to recover from trauma. Once you realize what the triggers is, then you know how to deal with it. Understanding that trauma is a de-stressing response to a traumatic event, such as an accident, violence, abuse, or natural disaster. That's what trauma is. Right? It's not just from abuse, but it could come from an experience that you had. You could have gotten into a car accident or whatever. So sometimes things may trigger it. You have to know what that trigger is. A natural disaster could be your house flooded. So anytime you're around a big pool of water, you get nervous, you get anxiety, you get anxious. That's a trigger. You understand what I'm saying? We have to understand things in order for us to be able to deal with it. Traumatic experience can have a significant impact on an individual's mental and emotional state or well-being, leading to difficult with functioning in relationships. It can lead to unhealthy relationships, romantic or otherwise. Right? And it can relate to these things. Trauma can affect people differently, and some may experience symptoms like flashbacks. If someone hit you before, if you ever seen a child, right? If they was abused and their parent always hit them all the time, right? And then someone looked like they raised their hand at them, they will automatically jump, because it's a natural reaction from the trauma that they have experienced. If someone yells at you, if you've been abused, that's a trigger. Y'all not hearing me on today. I seen a couple of shares on my TikTok platform. I should be seeing more shares. Listen, these things can help people. I'm not here just to talk, but I'm here to get, to get your guys' opinion. The engagement is so very important. This podcast is not just about listening, right? But it's about the community. I want to hear from you guys. If you have a story to share, or if you have any questions that you would like for me to cover, please reach out to me. Let me know your thoughts. You can connect with me on social media and we can talk about it. And that's the first step of healing. That's the first step of healing. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding towards yourself, especially during the difficult times. That's how you heal. Acknowledging or acknowledge it and be validated. Recognizing that you've experienced a traumatic event and that your feelings is valid. Don't never let nobody tell you that your feelings is not valid. If they don't understand it, then oh well. Your feelings is valid from what you went through. But again, you have to make sure that you're able to, deal with it in a healthy way. because you don't want to implement bad behaviors onto someone else. You don't want to do that. And if you don't get help, if you don't seek help, that's exactly what you will be doing. It's putting your bad behavior or your experience on someone else. Intentionally, unintentionally. Because that's what I feel like I was doing to my husband. That's what I feel like I was doing to him. I was trying to control what he watched on TV, not verbally, but by my actions. He's a big politic person. He loved to watch politics, right? And that kind of annoys me. I don't talk about politics or religion, especially if we're not on the same page. I don't even want to talk about it, you know, because nobody is going to convert me, and I'm not going to try to convert no one else. So I don't even like to hear it. And he listens at the same thing and convert no one else. So I don't even like to hear it. And he listens at the same thing. And with my demeanor, he would turn it off sometime. I said to myself, am I controlling him unintentionally? Because he wants to watch what he want to watch, but because I'm coming in upset, I'm not saying nothing verbally to him, but with my actions, it's making him just want the peace, and he'll turn it off. That what was done to me. So I'm implementing that in a quiet way to my husband, and I don't like that. And that's why I feel like I need to deal with my emotions and deal with my psychic, so that I don't do what was done to me unintentionally. What was done to me was intentionally, but I'm doing it to my husband unintentionally. Because when I was in this domestic violent marriage, I knew what my ex-husband didn't like. I knew the music that he didn't like. I knew the TV shows that he didn't like, and I would try to avoid it by any cause. If I heard him coming into the house, I would turn it off just to keep the peace. And so I see that my husband is doing it just because I'm coming in a little upset. And he's trying to please me. I don't want to control nobody. I want to be able to control my life, and that's it. And that's the reason why I come up here telling you guys that we got to look deeper. We can't just keep scratching the surface of things. We got to dig deep. We got to realize what's going on, and then we got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. So thank you guys for spending this time with me. If you found this episode helpful in any way, please, and I do say please, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need it, because your voice can help others find hope. Again, thank you guys for joining me on this podcast this morning. Live, love, and laugh, and take care of yourself. Not just physically, but psychologically and mentally too. Because the way you think is the way life is going to be. Your mind is the first thing that you take care of. You change the way you think, you change your life. Again, I love you guys. And pray for me as well as I pray for you. Have a wonderful and prosperous day. Peace.